I used to believe that getting married young was essential, not just for the sake of tradition, but because it gave you a chance to fully enjoy those early, intimate moments with your partner. A time where you could grow together, explore life without judgment or interference, away from the prying eyes of the world. I thought that only once you'd matured and gained some wisdom could you truly shoulder the responsibilities that come with marriage. But now I realize that marrying early offers something even more valuable: the chance to make mistakes and still have time to correct them. To find the person who won't deceive or betray you. To build something real from the ground up, honestly and completely. Isla and I tied the knot while we were still in college. We didn't have much, but we had each other. We built a life with love and freedom at its core. Kids. They weren't even on the radar back then. We were content, focused on careers and travel, long nights binge-watching shows, spontaneous weekend trips, and dreaming about the future. But time has its way of reminding you that it doesn't wait forever. As we approached our 30s, things shifted. Parenthood, once a distant concept, began to feel like something we might want. Something we might even miss out on if we weren't careful. We didn't stress about it at first. I was more casual about the whole thing, but I could see it on Isla's face. The quiet urgency, the hope starting to turn into worry. So, like everyone does these days, I went online. Read forums. Checked Reddit. Skimmed advice columns. Most of the advice was basic. Eat healthy, quit smoking, reduce stress, exercise, take vitamins. We followed the checklist. Cut out the junk, cooked clean meals, even started going for jogs in the evening. Isla took supplements that her doctor recommended. But 6 months passed and still nothing. Eventually, I said what we were both thinking. How about we see a doctor together? I wasn't naive. I knew it could be either of us. Fertility isn't a blame game, it's biology. Better to know than to waste more time guessing. Isla agreed. No hesitation. The doctor was calm, professional, almost too casual about it. He told us this was common. That plenty of couples tried for months, even years. Sometimes, he said with a smile, you just need to stop thinking about it. Go away. Relax. Maybe take a trip to the sea. But I could tell Isla wasn't comforted. When she saw the list of tests, her eyes dimmed. It felt like she'd taken it as confirmation of her worst fears. I reached for her hand and gave it a squeeze, silently telling her we were in this together. As we got into the car, I said, let's take that trip. Let's go to the sea. Clear our heads before we jump into all this. She nodded. Not exactly thrilled, but willing. We flew to Greece. It had been her dream destination for years. And honestly, it was incredible. The sunsets, the wine, the water. Those moments brought us closer again. But when we returned, life resumed its regular pace. I buried myself in work. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, the pregnancy would happen on its own. Didn't. About a month and a half after we got back, I brought it up again. Maybe it's time to take those tests, I said gently. No need, Isla replied, smiling. We're doing everything right. I blinked in disbelief, unsure what she meant, until she pulled out the ultrasound. I was speechless. The weight I'd been carrying in my chest vanished in a second. The pregnancy went smoothly. Just like my own mother's birth story. No drama, no complications. I didn't even go in for the delivery room part. Some things, I've always said, are best left unseen by men. But the moment I held our daughter, I was done for. Completely in love. Ellie was perfect. 2 years passed like a dream. Watching her grow, laugh, toddle around the house, it was bliss. And yet, somewhere inside me, a quiet desire grew stronger. I wanted a son. Do you want more kids? Asked one evening. It would be nice, Isla said. But I think Ellie is enough. A typical answer, but I couldn't let go of the idea. I gently pushed, nudged. Isla was frustrated at first, but eventually she gave in. We've been through worse, she reminded me. Let's just see what happens. A year went by. Still nothing. Isla didn't seem too concerned, but something didn't sit right with me. I decided to get checked, on my own without saying anything. The results were a punch to the gut. Infertility. Total. I didn't believe it. I got a second opinion. Then a third. Same verdict. Impossible, I thought. I had a child. I had proof. But the doctors just looked at me with sympathy. It happens, one said. You should talk to your wife. The disbelief twisted into anger. I confronted Isla. I want a DNA test. Now. Her face went pale. Why? What's the point? She stammered. I just want to make sure Ellie is really my daughter. Her tears came fast. How dare you say that? Don't you trust me? I don't know, I said, my voice flat. Maybe because I'm infertile. And I have test results from 3 clinics. The silence was deafening. Then she cracked. The tears stopped. Her defenses collapsed. She told me everything. She'd been pregnant once before, years ago, and had an abortion. She had been involved with someone else. Someone she had secretly reconnected with while we were trying. He promised her a future. Promised he'd be there if she left me. But then, he vanished. Left the country. Ghosted her. Maybe it was revenge. Maybe it was cowardice. Either way, she was left alone. Pregnant. And she made a choice. I sat there stunned. The child I adored, the one I sang lullabies to, rocked to sleep, taught how to walk, was not mine. I was shattered. But I had to be cold. Had to think long term. Ellie was young enough. She wouldn't remember. Her mind could be spared the damage. I filed for a DNA test. It confirmed the truth. I took it to court and proved I wasn't the father. I cut them both out of my life. Isla went back to her parents. I never saw them again. People vilified me. Said I was heartless. Cruel. That I abandoned a child. But I didn't. I just stopped living a lie. So if you made it to the end of this story, please like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, sometimes the truth comes wrapped in silence, but it always finds a way to scream.